Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of my new series, Road to PVM Mastery. My name's Kavone, and I've never done this kind of thing before. So this series is going to be a progress series, and it's going to be like very PVM, as you can tell from the title. So my goals with this series is I'm going to release a video weekly, hopefully, detailing my week in terms of PVM. So I'm going to be grinding 120 Slayer, I'm going to be grinding Insane Final Boss, and the Vanquisher title. So if you don't know what Insane Final Boss is, it means every single boss pet, basically, and every single hard mode. But it also requires 100 kill counts in hard mode and normal mode, so yeah, that'll be interesting. You see bosses that not many people do in here, because you need all of them. So I'm not going to show everything. I'm not going to show like any of the really boring stuff or any of, well, not much Slayer will reach this. Maybe some of the good tasks. If I get good drops, obviously I'll keep those in. If I get Ripper Demons, that'll be hilarious to watch, so I'm keeping that in. But as a whole, I'm just going to be doing mostly loot beams. So, literally the first thing I recorded for this series was an hour of Kriara, just in case I get some drops. I've already got the boss pet for Kriara. I've got like 4,600 kill count. I got the pets 3,600 kill count. Yeah, this bit of footage in here because I got a drop, basically. Okay, so that was a boring bit. So after Kriar, I actually went to Order of Ascension because I had an Ascension task. Now, I've never fought Legionnaires before except for one kill for Reaper, so I don't really know what to expect here because they can be very expensive because of the key prices. I thought they were maybe going to recoup the cost a bit, but no, you basically need the signets to recoup the cost, and you need all the signets. Now, the problem with Legionnaires is not the 100 kill count, it's the fact that the pets have a 1 in 1,000 drop rate, which means if you have normal RNG, you need 6,000 keys. Obviously, 1,000 of each different boss. That's like 1.2 billion. So, it's going to be very expensive. Granted, in that time, I'm probably going to make quite a lot of crossbows. So that's the plus side. Although I've still not got a signet yet. I've been fighting just Sextus. I've not been fighting any of the others yet. And I can tell you already, I hate Ascensions. Like, I really, really hate these bosses. They just require so much concentration and, like, timing. And it's like, well, something else that annoys me is the fact they've got, like, this one's got 30k health, but God knows how much damage resistance, so it takes ages to kill him. I heard if you go closer, their damage reduction reduces, but I take a lot more damage if I'm closer. But yeah, it's they can be quite challenging bosses. I mean, they're not too hard to solo. The problem is staying there for a while, because like you'll take up inventory slots for keys, which is always a problem. So I did a quick bit of KBD as well. I haven't done any QBD this week. Normally that's the boss I do most in the game. So yeah, obligatory KBD sped up to 8 times footage. Okay, now my first death so far. My first death in this series comes here when I did something really stupid. I had Devotion on, so I thought I'm going to be safe for a while, but I misjudged when Devotion was going to come off. I got hit massively, and then my Sign of Life popped. I got stunned by it, and then I got killed by the Aftershock. So yeah, Sign of Life probably not the best thing to take there. I wonder if the defense skill cape will do any better. So in this particular day, I did every single God of War Dungeon 2 boss except for Telos. So this is Vindicta. I didn't get anything special from Vindicta. But after Vindicta, I actually went to Kree, and okay, so this is like why you might go to Kree. One of the reasons. Everyone complains, oh, but I'd never get effigies. You get effigies at Kree and Krill. Those are the two I farmed most, and effigies drop so often in God of War Dungeon 1 bosses. So if you need effigies, do those. Then we did a Hellweird duo. Nothing special. I was failing pretty hard. I lost concentration so much in that fight. Or in those fights. So yeah, nothing special really happened. But as soon as I got to Twin Furies, something very interesting happened in terms of loot. So I was complaining to my friend about not getting any rares, and the rares were never weapons. And then I get this 826k drop at Furies, and I genuinely didn't know what was worth 826k in terms of a drop. It turns out it was one of the blades, and the blades are terrible in terms of money. If it was one of the blades, I would have expected over 1 million, but no, they're terrible. But okay, so that's not the special bit. The special bit is literally 2 kills later, I get the second blade, and what are the chances of getting both blades within 2 kills? Well, 3 kills, as I'm finding out now. But it has to be up there with my most rarest drop occurrences in the game. I had a 9 kill count Fang, which is probably the rarest I've got so far, and I've had 2. Yeah, I've had 2 wing tips from Rune Dragons before, back to back. But this has got to be up there. It's not the most. Well, it's not the best drops in terms of profit or income, but it's some of the most rarest ones. And then we went to Greg. Greg is cancer. We 3-manned this and couldn't stay the hour, because Greg is literally the worst boss in the entire game. It's a nightmare to solo, and a nightmare to trio as well, because I was tanking most of the hits. If we had 1 extra DPS, I would have taken a shield and just tanked it with a shield. The problem with Greg is that I've done Greg before too often, and I've seen pets drop for other people because I've been trying to be tanky, which annoys me. It annoys me that boss pets get given to the highest DPS rather than rolled randomly, which I feel they should. Okay, so after that, I got a giant mole task, and I've never really done much of mole. I've done 1 kill before now. So I decided I'm gonna do hard mode. Get the hard modes out the way. Try and get the pet. Honestly, mole is pointless to fight. Mole is just dreadful. Absolutely dreadful boss. It's just not rewarding the amount of time that it takes. Honestly, the normal mode grind will be worse than the hard mode grind, I feel. Because there's going to be no difference in the amount of time. The hard mode mole is effectively normal mode, except a little bit more damage. I expected more health, honestly. At least with the God of War Dungeon 1 hard modes. The hard modes are actually really challenging still, but mole sort of isn't. And speaking of God of War Dungeon 1 hard mode bosses, we actually went to 3-man Kree after this Kree hard mode. Now, before this, I had done like 58 kills on hard mode. So I'm still not 100 after this video. I need maybe one more trip until I'm at 100, and then I'm completely done with Krieg, because I've already got boss pet. Now, on our second kill at Krieg hard mode, something pretty fantastic happened. I got a soul stone, and like literally my friends that were in the dungeon with me in the instance did not even know that I had gotten a soul stone, because it doesn't show up on loot share. It's independent of loot share. It's like a pet drop. But yeah, it's independent of loot share. It isn't announced, and it doesn't show up in the chat. So I was like, yeah, I got a soul stone. Okay, yeah, this was me realising, just when I was about to go to Nihil's, that I had forgotten my Shard of Zaros. Don't do this, because you will die if you do. So, Nihil's are an amazing task. I made probably around 3.8 million in this one task, and it was it lasted me not even half an hour to do this task of 101 Nihils. So yeah, this is the loot. This is the loot. Like, this is why you go to Nihils. This is why they're such good money. Is the pouches you can make from the summoning mats that you get. So those are awesome. Now, the next day I got a Jad Reaper. So now, this is how that went. I went to fight Killen. Now the problem with Killen is I've not fought it before now since it's been nerfed. Well, since it's been buffed, and as a result, I had to be super cautious because I underestimated it. I brought just monkfish. I didn't bring any prayer. I didn't bring any self-healing of any kind. I just thought, I'm just going to breathe through it with tri-spec. Nope. So now I'm going to be using overloads for it, and that'll work. Overloads and prayer pots, so I can at least soul split something. And then I just get demolished by Jad there, just instantly. So that was interesting. Now, when I finally came back with overloads, something pretty unusual happened. Okay, so I got the kill. Like, I set my record time at 34 minutes. It's quite bad. But I got offered a choice of 2 capes, which means my damage was almost even with range and mage. So that was interesting. Obviously I took the Onyx because I've already got the capes. Now I got a Rune Dragon task. Now Rune Dragons are my favourite Slayer creature, just because the amount of money you can make off them. But I'm only going to be showing the elites, because the normals aren't that interesting to watch or fight. But they make so much money, Rune Dragons. But I mean, they're not the most interesting. In terms of enjoyment, Ripper Demons have to be the most fun task, just because of that risk element. But they just aren't rewarding. So, firstly, I got Onyx Bolts, and then Onyx Bolt Tips, and then the second I got Dragon Plate Legs. So, doing Harakan again. And yeah, so that's about it for the first episode. Let me know what you thought of it. I'm gonna show some Kalos Elemental now, which didn't go too well. I got PK'd. But yeah, let me know how you if you liked the video. Let me know what you think I can improve on. I mean, I'm recording this in one segment, so yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.